Okay, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. This is the revision for chapter 1. I provided you with a summary of chapter 1, the chapter that we actually discussed in the class. I think this is a good chance for you to revise the chapter through this video, and it's a good chance to prepare for the midterm exam. So this is chapter 1. This is a general review about UAE in general terms. Like the major points here are the location, the weather, and the different emirates of the country. So we're starting here. This is the map. We talked about this map before. And this is the location. That's the location of UAE. So if you check here, this is UAE. UAE is here, and this is Asia. So it's Southwest Asia. This is the Arabian Peninsula. So it is southeast, the Arabian Peninsula. Now, if you go further, this is the Arab Gulf, and this is Oman Sea. And if you check on the borders, just see this one. Yeah, okay. So on the borders, this is the Gulf. This is the Gulf Sea. So this is on the northern part of UAE. And the southern part of UAE is the Sultanate of Oman, and on the eastern part as well. Now, here, this is Saudi Arabia as well. So it's in the southern part and in the western part. Now, for Oman, it's actually in the southern part and in the eastern part as well. And you will find Oman Gulf as well here on the eastern side as well. And on the north, it's in the Gulf, the Gulf Sea. So you know that already. Okay. Now, the location, this is about the location of the country. Now, we talked about the first 2 points. Now, it has 644 kilometers coastline. The coastline, this is the coastline. So the coastline from here till the end of this place. So this is 644 kilometers, okay? Okay, fine. Now, it comprises of Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Qawain, and Fujairah. You know that already. Okay, this one is not important. It's not important because it's related to the actually location of UAE on Earth. So we didn't talk about this. Now, the total area of UAE, excluding the islands, is 77,700 square kilometers. Now, the area with the islands is 83,600. Now, I told you before that there are many islands related to UAE, and 200 islands are related only to Abu Dhabi Emirate. Now, Abu Dhabi is the largest emirate of the country, and it's about 86.77% of the total area. Now, Ajman is the smallest, as you can see here. Ajman is the smallest one. So it's only 259 square kilometers. Now, you need, as I told you in the class, you need to memorize these figures. These are important. Okay. Now, the second part, this is a general view. UAE was known as a trucial state before 1971 because there was a war between the English and the locals in UAE. UAE was occupied by the British, and there was a war in the 19th century. And then there was a truce between UAE and the British. So they called it, after that, there was peace. So there was no war, and this is why they called it the trucial states, okay? Now, in 1971, and this is a very important date, that's a very important date because that was the formation of UAE to all the Emirates united, were united, okay? And Sheikh Zayed became the president of UAE. Now, Islam is the official religion, that's well known, we know that already. Okay, now some of the features related to UAE. You will find that most of the country is desert and mostly is focused in Abu Dhabi because almost 70% of Abu Dhabi is actually desert. Now, there are some oases such as Al Ain and Liwa. There are some village. They call it aflaj. It's natural water, and it's used for irrigation as well. Now, there are some important mountains like Hafid Mountain. Hafid Mountain is in Al Ain, and the second one is Jabal Al Hajar. Okay, Al Hajar Mountains. Okay, now this figure is 6 million square meters. This is the regional water. So if you go back here, this is the size is 6 million square meters. This is actually belong to UAE. Okay, where is it? Okay. Now, UAE is located by the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz. So if you go back to the map, you will see this is the Strait of Hormuz. This is the one. And I believe that 2/3 of the oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz. So this is a very important, a very strategic location. And this explains why UAE was occupied by the Portuguese in the past, and then the British, and then it became independent afterwards. Okay, this is the second part. Okay, now there are 200 islands belong to Abu Dhabi, but the most important ones are three, which is Das, Dalma, and Omanar. Okay. Now the climate you all know UAE climate. It's dry and hot in the summer, and sometimes in the coastal areas it's humid. In Sharjah is humid, Ajman is humid, Fujairah, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, they are humid. But when you go inside deeper, like Al Ain, for example, you will find it just only dry and hot. So humidity increases only on the coastal areas. Okay. Now the average temperature is 37.7. But actually in the summer, it like in June and July, it reaches 55 and 54 with the humidity. Okay. Okay, that's the major thing here in this slide. Now, historical periods of the UAE, there are two periods for UAE, the first period and the second period. The first period, believe it or not, UAE was actually under the water. It was deep underwater, between 200 and 800 meters depth. Okay, and this is in the first period. Now, God knows what happened afterwards, but I think there were like earthquakes, and this pushed the area, or the land, which we call now UAE, it was pushed up, and then they called it the second period, and they call it actually the modern period. Okay, which started from the third age till now. Now, it rose above the sea level, and it was formed as a piece of land, the one that we see now. And this is one of the major reasons why it's rich with raw material. It's rich with oil, with copper, and iron, because it was deep in the water for almost like millions of years. Okay, fine. Now the states. This is the states of UAE. Now, this is the first one is Abu Dhabi. We talked about it, but let's just